Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tea and Crystals podcast. I am T.
And I'm Kristal.
Ladies and gentlemen, as always, we are so happy to have you all back with us for another episode of this here podcast. Sorry, y'all, we've been gone for a little while.
I mean, not to them.
Not to them, but for us. I
us.
know.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I'm pulling the curtain down, okay? I ain't hiding no more. I was hiding it while we was gone, bitch, but I ain't hiding no more. We've been gone for a little while, y'all. And I think I only mentioned it because I think they noticed. I think they noticed.
You think
and
they noticed?
I don't want to give y'all too much, but yeah, I'm happy to be back though.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It got busy there towards the end. Like we didn't really have a choice.
Yeah, we really didn't. We both of us had some personal stuff going on that we knew was coming at the same time. It just so happened to, essentially the whole month. Essentially the whole month. It was like, you can't, okay, I can't, girl, let's just do what we have to do to put the stuff out. But I think, at least for me, I just want to be real with y'all. I know a lot of podcasts and stuff have kind of like, they have the fourth wall up. They don't really want to let people know all this other stuff, continuity and all that. Mm-hmm. For me, I want to build the expectation. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all are going to get the content. However, there will be times when we are just, our schedules just conflict. Mm-hmm. And we just got to do what we got to do. So I'm happy to be back with you all, fresh faced and ready to get back into other people's business for a while.
Same.
Well, Kristal, how have you been?
I was about to say, you have to ask me.
During our time. Well, yeah, I was going to ask. I was going to ask.
You got to ask me. You got to say the line.
I had to say the line.
Yeah, you got to say the line.
Girl. All right. Well, y'all, we got a lot of good stuff to get into, y'all. But before we do, y'all know how we got to start the show. Kristal, how are you, my friend?
Thank you. I'm good.
Yeah, you are.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I needed my cue. I'm good. Okay. I'm good. I ended my show this week. We wrapped up, I want to say like Wednesday is when we wrapped up. And I got a lot of feelings about it. Most of it is good, but some of it is not good. And I plan to go more in detail of that in the middle section. I'm definitely going to spill a little bit of tea as much as I can. I can't do too much. Like I can't really like name the show or necessarily call people out by name because at the end of the day, I do have an NDA and I'm just not the kind of person who wants to call people out by name like that. Like I'm not a confrontational person, but I'm not going to really hold back too much. I'll hold back a little bit, but not too much because I have thoughts and I have feelings. But overall, I'm good. I'm back home. It's been about 2 days. So I've been getting rest. I've just been hanging out with my mom, with my dogs, and just trying to get settled and back in the headspace of me being here, like permanently. Like I don't have to go driving, back and forth anymore. I'm not get used to being unemployed again for a little while. I do have a prospect on the horizon, though it's not a camera gig. It sounds like it might be a production, like a PA thing. Someone contacted me about indie film that's going to be filming next month for like 18 days or something like that. Down like it's down by the beach or whatever. So we'll see if that pans out. I'll keep you guys updated on that. But other than that, I got a tattoo.
I seen it. I was gonna wait till we got on the show to say something because I was like, I don't want to be nosy in her business, before we get on the show. I'm gonna do it in front of everybody.
I'm gonna do it in front of everybody. I got a tattoo. Yeah, we.
So what's the story?
Me and my lead, my friend, we decided we had a day off when we had to travel for work, and she had been talking about this big piece she was going to be getting when she went back to her hometown. And I kept joking about, on her day off, we should go get a tattoo. She was like, oh, I'm down. Like, let's go. And I was like, yeah, sure. Absolutely. Let's go. And then the day off came and she was like, what do you want to do? And I was like, we're getting tattoos. And she was like, okay. And she looked up a tattoo place and we went to a tattoo place. So
that's wild.
I mean, I've always wanted to get like these bracelet type tattoos, and I want to get another one on here. And there's also a couple of different things that I want to do. But the tattoos I've gotten before, the first 3, those are all at like tattoo parties by the same guy. And we lost touch with him years ago. So it's like, I always talk about wanting to get these different tattoos, but I just never do it. So I was just happened to be with someone who was like, let's go, we're going to do it. And I was like, okay. So.
Well, you know what? Let me see it. I can't hold it up. Is it like a wreath?
Yeah, it's not a wreath. It's kind of like a plant. Just goes around. It's like a vine of some sort.
Is it purple?
No, it's not colored. It's It
must be the light coming off the.
I was about to say,
the microphone.
I don't typically do color on my tattoos. I don't really like the color on my tattoos. I like the black and gray and shading and all that stuff. And then it has little like stars or shimmers on it. So.
Oh, okay. Well, shout out. Did she get the same one?
No, he didn't get matching tattoos. She got one right here on her forearm, and it had like a mountain view, and it has Unbreakable, and it had like a moon on it. It was super, super cute. I really loved hers. Okay. So.
Well, shout out to y'all, Tattoo Divas.
Okay. YOLO.
Yeah. YOLO. What you drinking today? Because it looked good.
It's coffee.
Is it? Just regular coffee, not iced coffee, or nothing like that?
It's like the Nestle instant quick coffee.
I don't know nothing about it. I don't drink.
I know it's very, very good. But you put like 2 scoops, and then I put a little bit of water so that it makes kind of the espresso. It's like an espresso, and then I add a little bit of milk, and then fill it up with some creamer and stuff like that. Very tasty. And my bottle.
That's a TikTok thing. The girls that get the long nails and they be clicking. I be seeing it on Twitter and stuff. Sometimes people be posting. Girl. Content. We were just having
I think that's what I got the idea from, because I've had that instant coffee like forever. I don't even remember why we had bought it, but I'm like, I don't ever use this. I use the Keurig and stuff like that. Yeah. And I was like, I think I saw a TikTok video. I was like, oh, I've got that. I've got all that stuff. Let me try it. And it's like a very quick way to make coffee. I was going to have spicy food and I didn't want to have hot coffee right after that. So I wanted something cold. So that's what I use it for. And I got my new little mug from one of my production friends. We created this book club. It's a smut book club.
I'm glad you said that, because I was about to ask, what's the name of the book club? Because, I like the, I will be reading more when I can. But I do really love to read and stuff.
We just call it our smut club. And this one says just one more chapter. She got it in honor. She got us all this. And we all really bonded over books, especially our love of reading. They're currently reading Fourth Wing, but I refuse to read.
I've read it.
I refuse to read an incomplete series. I do not like reading and getting to the end.
3 books.
Exactly. And the next book, it ends in a cliffhanger, and the next book isn't supposed to be out for like 2 years.
Girl, come on.
Absolutely not.
It's 3.
No,
you can
I don't care.
It.
I'm going to read those 3 books in like a month. And then I'm going to be sitting there just like they are going, oh, what's going to happen? Oh, it's so-and-so. I have all these emotions.
Fun, though.
Hate it.
Don't read them back to back. Split them up.
Don't have time for that. No, I'm going to read it. I don't have
that
much control. I like an
incomplete series, actually. I like waiting on books. I like pre-ordering books and everything. I've done that quite a few times.
It's one thing. It's one thing if it's like a couple of months away or something like that, or even a year. This lady literally said, oh, I want to do another book first and then get back to that book. So they're like 2+ years away from getting the 4th book. Absolutely not. Not for me. I'm not doing it.
Kristal.
No. I watch them. Like I watched my lead read Onyx Storm, and I watched her go through all the emotions. And when she was finished, she was like, she gets all the way to the end.
Hey. Not too much because I ain't ready.
I'm just saying it. She was very upset and was
right.
like, "It's gonna be like 2+ years till I can see it. Read more." And I'm just like, "Well, if you just waited, I don't know what to tell you."
Damn.
I'm not gonna have that problem. The anticipation, I'm still gonna feel the same anticipation. I just get to satisfy my curiosity much sooner because I'll just.
Wow. Okay. I did not know this about you, Kristal. I did not know you was not doing incomplete kind of.
Don't like an incomplete. Do not like it. It's one, like I said, it's one thing if it's only a few months away or if it's like a year, like it's set. Like, okay, a year from now, the next book is going to come out. Fine. I can do that. It's no different than, watching a TV show and having to wait for the next season. But you don't even know. Like it's 2+ years, maybe. I'm not about to be, what's that guy, the Games of Thrones guy that has been promising his latest book for like 10 years.
Grand Theft Auto fans, right? It's been a decade plus since the last game came out. And literally the day that we are recording, Rockstar, they had announced last year that the game was coming out this year. They released a statement today saying, so it's not coming out till next May, y'all. So sorry. Like, and we're still waiting in anticipation. It's just when you want something.
When you want something,
Well, but you're not willing to wait for it. Okay.
No. I'm willing to wait for it. I'm just not gonna,
You're willing to wait for it, but you're just not willing to wait for it.
Exactly. I'm gonna read it. When it gets, I'll read it when it's closer to the end. Like once she gets to, because I don't know how many books, is it supposed to be 6 books or 5?
I have no idea.
I can't remember. But like once she gets to the point where it's like there's one more book left, then I'll start reading it.
Dang, it's going to be 2032 by the time you start reading the series.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Well. As far as my little time, while we were away, it was nice. Song of the week, y'all. Don't forget, we finna be. I know y'all haven't got. They've been there, but they haven't been mentioned on the show for the past couple of weeks. We're back on the train now. Okay, song of the week this week. Oh, that's actually something I can mention. Earlier this week, y'all, I went to Kaytranada's concert. Kaytranada, if you don't know, is a Canadian producer and DJ. He has a whole bunch of popular songs that you all probably have heard and don't even realize it's his song. He's worked with a bunch of stars. I mean, her, Childish Gambino, Pink Pantheress, Sir, a whole bunch of people, whole bunch of Tinashe, Tidra Moses, Duran Bernard, just a plethora of people. And his shit goes off. I actually went to the festival that I went to last year. He was the headliner for the festival that I said that I will never attend one like that again unless I'm in a very VIP section, right? So let me tell y'all what happened. My stupid ass, we booked tickets for the show, right? When I booked tickets for the show, I immediately went for the VIP section because I knew the VIP section was going to have seats. It was in a place where it's a big place, but it's all standing room. It's made for like DJs and stuff. All standing room, and then it's like a balcony at the top, but it's one balcony that wraps 3 sides, right? I tried. It looked like the shit was sold out for some reason. And I was on the pre-sale early access. So I don't know if it was just blocked off for the pre-sale early access or if it just wasn't working. I don't know. So I ended up getting general admission tickets and forgetting about it. Right? So we getting close to the show. I remember, we got general admission tickets. I'm like, oh, okay. So we just finna do it because I'm not finna go in there and change the tickets and stuff now. Girl, we get there and we get inside, and immediately I'm pissed. Immediately I'm mad because I realize I have the realization like, oh, I'm gonna have to stand beside all these people tonight. And y'all, I have this thing. I don't like to be touched. I don't like for people to be brushing up, scooting up, scraping past. I don't like that shit. I have a problem with going to the club because of it. Don't touch me. I'll be ready to fight immediately. It's bad. It's bad. And my wife be so mad at me because I'll be ready to. So we in there, right? Mind you, it's 2 opening acts and then Kaytranada. Also, I did not realize that. Bitch, I'm old. I bought the tickets. I was like, yay. I didn't realize that he had 2 opening acts. I thought the motherfucker was going on at 8 o'clock. That nigga ain't go on until 9:30. We got there. What time we got there? We got there like 6:30. Because the first act went on at 7. So he was like, oh, cool. He gonna go at 7 and then Kaytranada gonna go on at 8. Fuck no. Opening act went on at 7. Second act went on at 8. He went on at 9:30. Girl, over. Anyway, so I realized in the first act, I can't do this because homegirl is standing to my right, and she got this purse that has a chain on it, and she keep turning around to talk to her friend. Mind you, it's not at this point. It's like half packed. It's a whole bunch of space behind us to our right and everything, but this bitch want to stand directly to my right. We got all this space in here and you want to stand. So she keep turning around and shit. And her bat is literally scraping my arm up. I had on short sleeves. Her bat is literally scraping my arm up. I step away. This bitch get closer to me. Kristal. My wife had to grab me up like, are you okay? And I was like, we have got to get out of here. I'm like, low key, I'm ready to go. I'm not even finna stay for the show. I'm ready to go. Because if I have to stay out here, I'm not going to make it. So I'm scanning the balcony. I'm like, okay, the balcony is like half empty, but it's a bunch of people still outside. Half the people didn't even come in for the first opening act, right? First opening act leaves. I'm like, I need a drink because I'm not finna make it. If I don't have one, because I need to calm my nerves. Point number 2, they pissed me off. I ordered a glass of wine, bitch. When I say they gave me a little cookout glass of wine, say the wine glass is this big. Bitch, they gave me this much wine. I'm not even playing. And the glass was like $12. They gave me a little plastic, the shit that's 2 parts and you attach the... Yeah. Pissed me off. So I did like this. Wine gone. I said, Kristal, I swear for God, I said, we got to go upstairs. And my wife was like, we can't just go up. We don't have to. I don't care. We're going upstairs. If I got to pay extra and security asks me, I'll do it. But I'm going upstairs. We get upstairs. There's a random door up there open. Great. Go in it. Go around the corner. We find us a little corner seat section. Girl, I got me a free upgrade for the whole night, bitch. I was up there in VIP getting my life. And I'm so glad I went up there because, Kristal, when I say it was packed from the front to literally the back doors, I would have died. I wouldn't have made it. I would have gone home. But I had the time of my life up there, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Sometimes you just got to take your chance. Okay? Yep. And I went up there. Took my chance. However, the security lady that was on that door, that bitch was top flight. Okay. She was trained by the Marines. The way she was kicking, Kristal, the way she was kicking people up out that section was what? If you wasn't in your seat, if you was in the stairs and she came in there about, I say every 20 minutes. If you was on them stairs, she hello. And if you said, oh no, my seat over there, she'd be like, no, come with me. And she would take you out there and check your goddamn ticket and you can't say, oh, I'm in the section, whatever. She ain't fuck with you if you was in the seat. Mind you, I'm sitting directly beside the door. I'm elevated, but I'm directly beside the door. So every time she come in there, I'm like, Like, I'm looking out for her. I saw her kick at least 20 people about the section. Not even
Wow.
exaggerating. And even it was like the last 10 minutes of the show, and this girl was getting her life.
Mm-hmm.
Lady came in there, snatched her ass up. She was like, but it's a seat right. I can sit. She was like, come with me. Out. I was like, oh my God. And the sections that was directly across from us, they was on the stairs all night. I saw the security come in the door, was like, oh, okay. Went right back out. And for some reason, our section was hot. I don't know if we had the super duper VI. I don't know, bitch, but I got my life. Thank you for not checking them tickets on stairs, okay? Because usually they do.
Mm-hmm.
Usually when we get like, because I need to see. So usually when you get those upgrades and stuff, I've experienced it before where you go up to the balcony and stuff, and they check your ticket to make sure that you're supposed to be up there because you have private bar and all that different type of shit up there, which they did. Girl, they had a nice bar up there. And it was quick. Like people was coming in and out with drinks like that. The bar downstairs, bitch, the ghetto. Like it was 50, 11 trillion people there. Anyway. So off of that, this week's song of the week is Witchy by Kaytranada featuring Childish Gambino. It's a bop. It went off at the show. We had a good time. So that's the song of the week. Awesome. And my update. Sorry, I actually have
I'm gonna listen
to
to it.
I completely forgot. Girl, you finna get your life. The whole album good. All right. You starting this off?
I am starting this off.
Sensational.
Yes. So I was telling T earlier before we got on here that I'm one of those people who like opens a tab and just will leave it open for ever. Like the only way I get rid of my tabs is if like my computer randomly shuts down and all of my tabs gets closed. So, I was going through them and I found a couple of stories that I had obviously saved, but like didn't save, just like save and then click off. Like I just kept the tab open. So one of them was deleted, but I was able to recover it.
I know that's right.
And so those are the stories I'm going to be reading. So I don't know how long it's been since these stories came out, but we're going to read them now. Okay. And this is from Am I the X? And it says, I made the mistake of asking my wife for an open marriage and I regret it.
Oh. Oh, we hot fire, okay?
Hot fire.
Let's do it.
I feel like a complete idiot here. My wife and I have been married for 19 years. We have one child. Our daughter moved out this summer after she enlisted in the armed forces. I love my wife, but I felt like the spark was gone from our lives. I didn't want to divorce her, so I proposed an open marriage. She was upset initially, but eventually she agreed. Like I said in the title of my post, I made a mistake. I have learned that just because I wasn't attracted to my wife as I was when we got married, it doesn't mean other men would feel the same. My wife has so many men and dates, she doesn't know what to do with them all. Meanwhile, it's the opposite for me. Not only that, but after my wife agreed to an open marriage, I asked a woman who was a colleague of mine out on a date. I was a manager at my job, but I wasn't her manager. We worked in completely different divisions and our work had nothing to do with each other's jobs. But even though I wasn't her manager and I am in an open marriage, she complained to her manager and showed HR my messages. I lost my job. I told my wife I want to close our marriage because, again, I was an idiot for suggesting it in the first place. She said, no. She's happy with how things are. It's killing me when I know she is with other men. My brother called me a moron when I told him and said expecting my wife to look like she did when she got married made me a dunce. He went so far as to say she takes good care of herself and is in great shape for 44. She just doesn't look 20. He had the nerve to say my wife looks better than me and I could stand to lose some weight. I love my wife and I don't want a divorce. I never wanted a divorce, which is why I proposed this in the first place, but she doesn't want to close the marriage. I'm not worried about money because we both work, but I do not want a divorce. I'm just glad my daughter enlisted in the armed forces and isn't here to see our marriage falling apart.
Oh, you silly bitch. You silly bitch, you. Why? Okay. Gentlemen out there, the three of you that listen to this show, I've seen the demographics. I just want to let you know, right? 10 times out of 10, An open marriage is going to benefit your significant other if they happen to be female. Okay. Or female presenting. I don't want to exclude anybody. If the bitch got curves, you're getting curved. Okay. Let me explain something to you. Men have this false sense of self, right? And this fantasy world that they live in where they think that they are the catch, right? That women will fawn over them. All they have to do is hit on a woman and they get instant access to whatever they want from that woman. I want you to understand something, sir, especially as you age, right? Women get even more sense than they had back then when they won't fucking with you. So what makes you think that at your big age, you just finna go out here and have the time of your life? Ask single middle-aged men what their dating lives is like. Go ahead, ask them. It's a lot of loneliness, sir. You finna be by yourself. You need to get up off of these podcasts with these men feeding your head with lies. Okay? However, your wife's how would I say this? Your wife's offerings are like a fine aged wine. It gets better with time. Okay, it's a proven known fact. Okay, women's sex drive picks up as they get older. Okay, until it comes crashing down. But we won't speak about that. Okay, those things are none of my business. Okay, I'll let you ladies, you older women, talk about that. That thing, and they know what to do with it. Okay, a lot of y'all get away with a lot of shit when you're young with these women because they don't know the power that they have. But when they discover that power, you're in trouble. Okay, and your wife tried to give you the opportunity to keep that thing under lock and key, and you took the key and you threw it away. Mm-hmm. Now it's gone forever, sir. Because it only take one time for her to get turned every which way but loose, and she's gonna snap back and be like, "Oh, this is what I've been missing." Like, she's gonna realize I have been fulfilled. Mm-hmm. Okay, fulfilled, and she's not going back. I'm sorry. Even if she takes you back at this point, because if she laid out with that man that first time, and she compares, because she already mad at you, so you're already in a deficit as far as that man got the best handicap, and we're talking about golf, y'all. Handicap is in, advantage. I should have said advantage. He got the best advantage that he could have asked for because he's getting some angry, I don't want to say petty, but kind of spiteful coochie. Mm-hmm. So she's going to see this as better than it is anyway. Number one, because it's new. Number two, because it ain't you. And number three, if it's actually better, boy, kiss your marriage goodbye. It's over. It's over. God bless you in your journey on finding another partner. Okay, because it's over. It's over. She's not coming back home. And if she does, there will always be an asterisk there. She's always going to be thinking about, damn, that motherfucker at the coffee shop. I wish I could have gave him one round. I would have gone around the block. Next thing you know, your wife on CCTV getting knocked out in the back of the goddamn Starbucks. You really want your wife coming home with mochaccino on her ass cheeks? You really want the residue? I don't think so, sir. I'm sorry, Kristal. I have to be graphic here. I need him to understand the severity of his actions, okay? You're in trouble, okay? The best thing you can do now, honestly and truly, is draft them papers and start over.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with that one. I do think that when you try to open a marriage, because we've seen this time and time again, where a partner wants to open the marriage because they're no longer attracted or whatever, but they don't want to get divorced. And or they're curious and they don't want to give, I don't know. more times than not, it's men, but there have been some women who have done this as well. And they always end up regretting it, or usually end up regretting it, because they don't think that anyone's going to want their partner as much as they did at one point. And they think who their partner is then is who they're always going to be. So when that partner gets exposed to people who maybe appreciate them more than you have, these however many long time you guys have been together, they start to open up, they start to experience new and sometimes even better things, and they realize, you know, in a lot of situations they've been held back and there's more to life out there. And you know, that person who initially, they end up regretting it because maybe things didn't happen the way they wanted to, or it did happen, but it wasn't how they thought it was going to be, or it wasn't what they wanted it to be, or it just didn't work out. And then they want to close it and they think everything's going to go back to the way it was. But no, this person over here who has realized they've been living, you know,
Their living was in vain.
yeah, they've been awakened. They see the world for what it is, and they want to go explore it.
They're seeing hues of pinks and blues that they've never seen in their life. Okay.
Yeah, it can be, if you are not in a relationship that was already cemented in being open, you know, whether it's just having an open marriage or whether it's a poly marriage or something like that, it is really, really hard to go from going from monogamous to open to back to being monogamous. Like, that is a really difficult thing, especially when one of the people in the marriage was never for it in the beginning, was never for it in the first place. It's really hard. If you're thinking of asking your partner to do this and you're in a monogamous relationship and you know they would prefer to stay in a monogamous relationship, you can essentially consider your relationship over. It's not going to work out. It's not going to be the same either, even if you're able to convince your partner to close it back up because of XYZ. It's not going to be the same.
No.
You know?
Can you imagine being with your partner and like knowing consistently that you finna go lay up with somebody else and meet me back here in this bedroom? Like,
right.
Ain't no, like, at this point, you got to go get your own house. And we got to convene when we convene. Because if we open in this marriage, then we're dissolving the marriage.
Yeah.
And if you still want to kiki and cut up on the side, we can do that. But this, as it is now, is never going to be again. Like, there's no way you finna go lay up under somebody else and come back to me. I'm supposed to make you dinner, bitch. Like, are you crazy?
No.
You be lucky if I can go buy you something down at the Wendy's. That's about all I can give you.
Exactly.
I gotta treat you like I treat the other women out on the street. They ain't finna get too much from me.
I was about to say, yeah.
We can go half and half on the $5 big bag.
Especially when the first person my partner runs to someone they already know. So you mean to tell me that you've been feeling this person and you just wanted permission to be able to go after them, essentially.
Girl, that's a good point, because he need to be knocked upside his head for going after his coworker, his subordinate. Okay, not his direct subordinate, but she is a subordinate in the hierarchy of the company. That's weird. And you're doing it on company time? Like, you need your ass whooped for real.
That's also a prime example of how some people read too much into things. Yeah. You really thought this woman was feeling you. You must have thought you guys were flirting, or you thought what she said must have meant something different. And so you risked your whole marriage thinking you were going to get with this woman, and this woman found you creepy. She reported you to HR and was like, I've just tried to be nice. This is a manager, and I've just tried to be nice to him because he's a manager in our company, but he took it completely the wrong way and now has been sending me this message, and then you lost your job because of it. Like, you guys really
even you want to get coffee at the water cooler,
right?
Like,
yeah. Like,
we just went right there, huh?
Yeah. Okay. Like, if she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go down and get a drink. Did you want to come with?" or something like that, you're thinking,
she
well, yes, I do.
Dick, nigga.
Yeah. Clearly, she wants me.
What?
And it could just be as simple as, no, I'm going to get coffee, and you're going to the same destination. Do you just want to sit together, type of thing? Like you read too much into things.
Just let me know that y'all ain't got no game at all. Like it's bad. But you know what? For real. Because I was accused of this a lot, especially when I was younger, that I was a flirt. Like when I talk to people and stuff, I don't see myself that way. I just think I'm nice.
Yeah.
And complimentary. But some people have told me, like, you be flirting and shit. And I'm like, so I can absolutely see if people interpret some people that way, not excusing what he did or nothing like that. But I'm just saying, on the other hand, I can see how it could be misinterpreted. That's where the game part come in. You ain't got no game because you ain't just supposed to be like, oh, she feeling me. Let me, hey, we ain't never did that before. Back up. You supposed to put the feelers out, little teeny tiny little things to see how they pick up on stuff, and see if they want to let them. You're leading incognito, but you supposed to let them lead. Let them take the next step before you go there. Because if not, you gonna come off as aggressive and creepy. Like,
yeah, I've been accused of that before too, because I'm such an introvert and I'm so quiet that when people see me open up, sometimes they take it to mean something different. And I try to be nice to everyone. And also when I get close to somebody, because usually when I'm opening up to somebody, it's when I'm starting to get closer to them. I'm starting to feel comfortable with them. And I can be a very affectionate person. So like easygoing touches is common with me, but people take it the wrong way. As long as I know the person that I'm interacting with knows that it's completely platonic. I'm not worried about what other people think. You want to think I'm flirting with them, fine, whatever. That I don't know why you're paying so much attention to it, but whatever.
Yeah. That was fun.
That was fun.
I had a good time with that. I don't know if y'all can tell. Thank you for that, Kristal.
You're welcome.
So my story comes to us from my favorite subreddit r/relationship advice, and it is entitled "My Boyfriend Ran Away as a Dog Brutally Bit Me, and Now I See Him Differently." Yeah, girl.
No.
Yeah.
I'd see him differently too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you just wait. So I've been dating my boyfriend for 3 years and just moved in together not long ago. But recently something happened to me that I'm recovering from, in which my boyfriend did nothing to try to help me. 2 weeks ago, we went over to my sister and brother-in-law's home to visit. And as we were leaving, the next door neighbor's large pit bull was outside after escaping from the fence. It wasn't closed all the way and bit my arm badly. I won't get too much into detail because this post is already going to be pretty lengthy, but I'm currently in recovery and taking time off from work as I ended up with injuries from it and can't use my right arm. Girl. My boyfriend's reaction, though, through all of this is what had me pissed. The attack happened out of nowhere. I barely had time to process it. Pretty much my back was facing away from the house, so I didn't see the dog coming out of the fence. All I know is I heard and saw him barking at us when we left my sister's house, but he was secured. This is in quotes. But he was secured, so I didn't think much of it. My boyfriend, however, was facing him, and this part is weirdly written, so I'm gonna try to interpret it. Let me go back a little bit. So I didn't think much of it. My boyfriend, however, was facing him and looked. No, I don't know what she was trying to say. I don't know what she was trying to say here. And looked, saw him running out. I don't know what she's trying to say.
It sounds like look wasn't supposed to be there. Probably it's probably like he was looking at him.
Out. But the sentence says, and I saw him running out and biting me.
I think she's trying to say the boyfriend. Like the boyfriend was facing the dog and saw him coming for her.
And he saw him running out and
biting her.
It don't
But
make
I
sense.
think that's what she's trying to say, because if the boyfriend is
Okay.
facing the dog, he's going to see the dog running towards her and latching on.
Okay. So he looked, saw the dog running, and saw the dog bite her. I'm gonna roll this back for your edit, okay? Let me go back. But he was secured, so I didn't think much of it. My boyfriend, however, was facing him, saw him running, and saw him start biting me. Immediately, he went inside his sister's house and got his brother-in-law and sister, who ended up hitting the dog with a stick that was already outside. But it took a little effort to get him off. But before that, I was alone for 5 minutes with the dog, just not letting go. I couldn't get him off of me. Now I'll get to why I'm upset with my boyfriend, because I knew he was outside with me when it first happened. He was the first person I looked for and yelled for when the dog wouldn't let go. I was in the worst pain I've ever experienced. I had never broken a bone, needed surgery or anything. So, like, yes, this is the worst pain I've ever felt. Afterwards, when I got home from the hospital, I asked him why his brother-in-law had to do what he could have done himself, and he admitted to me that he freaked out and didn't want the dog to bite him next. Said that he was scared of blood and didn't know what to do. Honestly, this kind of made me cringe to hear and made me mad, because it's like, you're a grown man running away and could have helped me. I'm not in by any means saying that it's his fault the dog attacked me, but I think if he would have acted quicker to get him off, it would have helped me out. After he told me all of this, I kind of started looking at him different. I can't help it. 2 days after that, I went to go sleep at my parents' house and haven't been back because I'm not sure how to feel about him anymore. So I just need time to think. I told him this, and he thinks that I am being unreasonable. It's been a great and healthy relationship, and I've been genuinely happy. I don't want to throw away a 3-year relationship over this. Like I mentioned, we just moved in together. He's been hinting at proposals sometime this year. I just don't want to be with someone whose first instinct in an emergency is to run away and not do anything. Even has me thinking about the future, thinking about when it's time for us to have kids, if he's going to panic and not comfort me as I'm in pain giving birth. I don't know. It just made me lose feelings for him, which I know sounds silly, but I literally can't help it. Found out afterwards that his sister already yelled at him about this, asking him why he left me alone. My parents are, of course, siding with me, but I don't know if it's just because I'm their daughter. LOL. So I need an unbiased opinion. Do I have the right to be upset?
I mean, you went through a traumatic experience. You have the right to be upset. The person, your partner, acted in a way that you didn't expect and made you feel alone in a very terrible situation. Also, and however, we never know how we're going to react in a situation of emergency, and some people are going to deal with it differently. So you're looking at him thinking this man is going to be a protector, and that just might not be his first instinct. you know um that's something you're gonna have to figure out, if that's what you want in a partner. Men like to sit there and say, oh, I'm gonna protect you, I'm gonna protect you, I'm gonna be there. But then when it comes down to a situation when you need protecting and you're expecting it and it doesn't happen, that's disappointing. you know um and it's a scary situation for that to happen. With that being said, again, it's a scary situation that happened. So he was scared, and at the very least, he went and got help. When I heard that he ran away, I'm thinking he just ran and like left left you to your own devices. At the very least, he got help, but it's like neither one of you are necessarily wrong. It's okay that he felt scared. He's not equipped to deal with that type of situation. But it's okay for you to be upset because you needed him to be there to protect you and he wasn't. if I think the questions you're asking yourself are very valid. In the future, what's going to happen when another emergency situation comes up? You know, especially if you have kids, is this going to always be what he's going to be doing, is just running away while you have to figure it out and deal with it? Or waiting for him to get help and leaving you alone with whatever is going on, that could have dangerous consequences. So yeah, I mean, if your feelings have changed about it, I understand not wanting to just give up on a 3-year relationship, but those are some pretty big things to be compatible about. And so if you guys are talking about and hinting at marriage, this is something that you need to figure out now. You need to figure out before you guys get any deeper, where he does propose, and you know, because if that's his instincts, not everybody can change their instincts like that, you know, and unless another emergency situation comes up, you can't know for sure if he's always going to react that way. He can tell you, oh, I'll never do that again. Oh, I'll protect you. But you're going to doubt it now because of this situation. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't really know what advice other than talk to those closest to you, get their opinions on it maybe. But at the end of the day, you've got to look at yourself and your relationship and decide, have your feelings changed so much to the point where you just don't see yourself being with this type of person? Or is this something that you can, because at the end of the day, the question you really need to ask is, if he never changes, if he's the type of person where emergency happens, his first instinct is to run and get someone else to come to deal with it, leaving you alone, can you be okay with that? Because if it's a no, I don't think you guys are compatible with each other. Yeah. Unfortunately, you know. But if it's a yes, then that's something, or if even a maybe, then that's something you need to work in. But
yeah. I think it's a good thing that this is your boyfriend and not your husband, because it's a lot easier to cut ties. Because I mean, this is obviously something that's really important to you. And I don't think you can really put a number of years on something. I mean, if it's 10 plus years, I can see it, but like less than that, I think the number of years don't really matter in the context of compatibility, right? Because you've never been in that situation before to discover that. So I like you say, I think it really is a compatibility thing, girl. You're gonna have to let this man go.
Yeah.
Damn. It sucks. Because I mean, when somebody checks all the other boxes, it's like because there is shit in the pool, girl. And we're talking about the dating pool. Okay, it's terrible out there. I mean, I don't know. Maybe this can be something that he works on. Maybe you have to give him an ultimatum like, listen, I need you to go to therapy, explore this flight. It's not even a fight or flight. It's just a flight or flight. Flight and flight type of situation. And have him explore that and kind of give him the benefit of the doubt moving forward if he makes any improvements, you know, that you can see. As far as him like stepping up in situations more or something like that. If you really, really, really want to do the work to save the relationship, the option is there for you. But if you just don't see it as worth the time commitment, or you don't have the trust in him to be able to change, girl, it's better cut your loss now than get a couple more years in and then you end up stuck with this person that you don't even really feel like that, because there's this thing in your head where you like, this is a bitch ass nigga. I ain't gonna hold you because I see it from her perspective. I see it.
Yeah.
I would look at somebody and be like, I wouldn't be able to trust that person. I'm out here getting towed to shreds, literally. And you ran in the house. Now, I do think she exaggerated when she said 5 minutes. I don't mean to laugh. But when she said 5 minutes, I'm like, girl, he won't in that house in no 5 minutes, girl. You would have been dead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or that arm would have been gone. In 5 minutes is a long time.
It is a long
to be
time.
attacked by something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I think really it was probably like 45 seconds to a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But it felt like 5 minutes
long
because this
time. Yeah.
dog is tearing you to shreds, you
Mm-hmm.
know? But that does not excuse the fact that he ran. Like, I'd be waiting for my opportunity to whoop a dog ass for attacking me or my family. I've been waiting. Because some of them dogs be looking like they want to square up, and I'm ready for it. Like I'm talking about DDT full Nelson. I don't care what it need to be. You finna get up off. You finna get up off of mine. I'm telling you that. Because even when we be walking down the street and stuff, I be walking down, picking up my daughter and stuff. We be walking down the street home and stuff. And a lot of times I do appreciate people who have dogs and stuff. It's a lot of people in the neighborhood who have dogs, and they'll take their dogs out for a walk around that time. They do cross the street usually if they see a child or something, because for some reason dogs here are not very socialized because people aren't, but the dogs especially, like you hear them barking at each other all the time when they go on walks and stuff because people don't socialize. There ain't no dog parks here or nothing. People just take their dogs and then take their asses back in the house and don't have no friends and nothing that socialize their dogs with, so all of them be yippy yappy and shit. But they're smart enough to know, to keep them away from kids and stuff. And but I do be getting nervous. Like I'll put my daughter on I'll be like, girl, get over here. If some shit go down, like I don't want to see your daddy break this dog in half like I'm finna have to do. I don't want that trauma on you.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine being in that situation and my partner. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh, but I just have the visual of me standing there with this dog on my arm. I fall on the ground and all I can see is grass and feet running in the opposite direction.
It's not funny.
It's
not funny.
It's not funny, but it's just
I see
the
what
visual
you're saying. Yeah.
of me being on that ground and seeing, like, I feel like even if I was getting attacked, I would literally chuckle to myself like, oh my God, like this is
just
crazy.
Left me.
Why would you do that to me? I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. Okay. But we're agreed. Even though it was a relationship advice question, you are the asshole. Okay, boyfriend of OP. You are the asshole and you deserve to get broken with. Anything else you got to say, Kristal, about this story?
Nah, I'm good.
All right. Y'all, we will be right back after these messages. Ladies and gentlemen, T here. I hope you're enjoying the show so far. Listen, we need you to do us a solid. We need you to leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you are listening. Share what you love about this here podcast and help spread the word about this hidden gem. If you have any stories that you'd like to share with us, or anything that you would like for us to share on the show, please do so by sending it to our email, which is in the description for you below, or in any of our DMs on our various social media platforms. Now, let's get back to the show. And we are back. Now, Kristal, I know at the beginning of the show you teased some tea for us about your time on set, and I am dying to know what you got to tell us. I'm hearing this for the first time as well, y'all. So we're in this thing together, Kristal.
Yeah. So as you guys know, I was just on a show for like the past 4 months. Because of the NDA and stuff like that. I'm not gonna be able to name the show at the moment. But I did want to talk a little. First, I want to start off on the positive because there was a lot. The crew was amazing, except for one. But the crew, for the most part, was amazing. I met some people that I think are going to be some lifelong friends. And I'm praying that I get to work with them again. Like, I just love them to death. But I did want to give a few shout outs to some of my team members. First, starting off with my lead AC. She was phenomenal. The best teacher. I plan to cut this little part out and send it to them so they can hear me talking about this. But she likes to pretend that she's not a good teacher, but she was amazing. It's because of her that I was able to stay on the show, as I learned later on. because, those first 2 weeks I was on probation, and it's sounding like by like day 2 or 3, my boss was ready to cut me loose. I have feelings about that. But my lead AC, she was like, essentially she was told by the boss, like, if you want to get rid of Kristal, I'll back you. Like, we can get rid of her. And she was like, why? I have no reason to get rid of her. She's doing great. Like, yeah, she's green, but she's asking all the right questions. She's doing everything that we asked. She's improving every day. So I have no reason to want to get rid of her. I like her fine. And for once, this is probably one of the only few times that my boss allowed my lead to make the decision. And ultimately, it's because of her that I got to stay around. And I'm so grateful for her, because not only did I learn a heck of a lot from her, but I grew really close to her. And I think we developed a really solid friendship that I'm really excited to be a part of. We're very similar. We have very similar sarcasms and jokes, and we love the same books. And it's just so nice to have someone in the industry that I can talk to about not only industry stuff, but just like stuff in general. Right. And she's just a really awesome person. She's so smart in terms of technical stuff. There wasn't a single thing that happened or a problem that arose that she didn't know how to figure out or have a solution for. And she was just absolutely amazing. My B Cam, also a really great guy. I learned so much from him as well. He was a shoulder sometimes that I needed to unleash on. I really appreciated him and his advice, especially considering, out of all of us, he was probably the closest to our boss, because our boss likes to say that she brought him up, so I really appreciated the fact that he recognized when our boss was being unfair to me, and he didn't just say, oh, well, that's just how it is. No, like, he counseled me, he gave me advice, he taught me a lot, and he's just a really great guy. And I hope that he continues to improve and kind of get out from her shadows and find other work as well, because I think he has a really good potential of being a great operator. And of course, my C-Cam, who I love to death, love this guy. He was just someone I needed when things got really tough. He was quick with the humor. He was our quote unquote eye candy. I won't call you by your other nickname, but I'm thinking it.
Don't do that.
I loved him.
Here you go. This is why people think you flirting and shit.
I know. No, not at all. I love him though. He was exactly what the team needed and what I needed. And I love him to death. Shut up. So he's got a wife. We're not doing that.
I'm sorry, Mrs.
Exactly.
Candy.
Thank you. Sorry. But he was I learned a lot from him too. It's like, he was the one that most people considered the chill one, but like, he was such a hard worker as well. And even though the things that we had to do were ridiculous sometimes, he was very easygoing about it. And I loved it. He would say like, oh, we're not doing anything today. We're going to go eat and we're going to go hang out and we're going to do this. But while we would do some of that stuff, he would also bang, 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 get the stuff that needed to get done out of the way and then go back to it being like, a lot of our days could have been a lot worse if it wasn't for his chill demeanor. So I love these people to death. And then my final shout out goes to my camera PA when I was the lead AC. He was my rock when I didn't realize I needed it. We didn't really get closer till towards the end of the show. We were very friendly throughout the show, but like, we spent most of our time traveling up to the location we ended up shooting at later on in the show. And we got to really bond and really connect. And like I said, when my boss wanted me to do things that I didn't want to do, he had my back and was like, no, she can't do that. She's not able to do that for X, Y, and Z. And he could have easily left me when stuff arise, but nope, he stood by me. He made sure that nobody made me do anything I didn't want to do. He counseled me, and I really appreciate him. And there's other people. I mean, like I said, we created a little smut club with some of the girls on the set that I really appreciate. Some of them are in higher positions, and it took a while for us all to get close. Shut up! Don't be jealous.
I'm not.
You
jealous.
are. It's okay. It's all right to be
judging.
jealous. No judgments for us, and that's what I love about them. There's no judgments from us. We don't judge each other. Thank you.
Well, I wouldn't think so because y'all are all.
Exactly. We're all
What do y'all
friends.
call yourself? The smuts?
Yeah, right now we're just a smut club.
No. What do you call, like, the fan clubs, like the Arianators? Are y'all the smut clubs, or are y'all the smuts?
I guess. We don't really have a
so
name.
Y'all walk up to each other like, hey, smut.
No.
Stuff like that.
No.
I'm just trying to give you. I'm sorry.
We haven't thought of a name.
I think y'all should, though.
We
like,
should.
Hey, smut. Like, it's a play on.
We should.
I don't know.
So. I don't know.
When y'all see this, I want y'all to call each other smuts.
I was about to say, maybe someone else in the audience can think of a nice name for us. I don't know. We can have like a little poll.
I feel like I came up with the perfect
one. No. I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's coming from a place of love and stuff. So I don't think I want to call ourselves the smuts.
I won't disagree.
Okay.
I won't disagree with you.
Okay.
I won't disagree. Yeah.
So, but yeah, the crew itself was really awesome. I met some really cool people. They all were very, very welcoming. And I hate the fact that more than likely I'm not going to be back on the next season. I'm like 99% sure that I won't be back on the next season. And it is because of my boss. As long as my boss is involved, I will not be back. And it's not, I can't say it's because of anything I've done. It would be one thing if, I was a bad worker or I had bad attitude or something along those lines.
Yeah.
But I've been told by multiple people that no, at some point this person just decided they didn't like you. Obviously, it started very, very early on and it just spiraled. You can't change their mind once that happens.
So before we get deeper into it, I'm going to talk in code a little bit because this is a conversation that you and I had offline.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the same person that had to do with the situation about the thing that was in a place and it wasn't clear where that thing?
Yes.
It's that person.
It's that person. My boss.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Even from the limited information that I have, I can absolutely see it.
For someone, yes. For someone who wanted to claim that they're for women and they want to uplift women, they do everything. That's what you gotta watch out for. They do everything but. Because it was all the women on the show that this person had problems with. And some...
Can I say before you
continue? A certain demographic too. But I'm not going to say anything.
Girl, because... Or we'll let You know what? I'll go there. Okay. This is not specifically about that person, but on the point of feminism, especially from that specific demographic. Kristal, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, I really do think that it's based in patriarchy, like where they feel like the standards of women should be measured by the standard of a man. And if women can't meet that standard, then some way, somehow they're less than women because in their eyes, women, they are so like women are supposed to be equal to men that they're using men as a standard to measure other women by. And they don't even know that they're perpetuating the very shit that they claim that they're against. And that, it irks me. Yeah. And it always works out that way where they feel like they bust their ass and all this other stuff. They did all this shit that they truly, honestly didn't have to do. They were just too afraid to step outside the system to make it happen. Because, bitch, you can make it happen on your own, but you wanted to play the game so bad that anybody else that don't fit in that puzzle piece like you did, you just see them as lesser than and not worth the time. And that falls a lot on, as you mentioned, certain demographics, because those demographics inherently don't get the same opportunities as others. So not only are you being judged based on this bullshit ass idea of what a woman is supposed to be in comparison to a man,
Mhm.
but you're also comparing people of a certain privilege to people without that same privilege and access. But these are conversations I think that are way above
Yeah.
people's heads. Like when
Right,
they,
right,
they
right.
just hear the buzzwords of
Mhm.
privilege and access and all of that different kind of stuff, and then like woke words.
Mhm.
It's nothing. It's just in the air.
Mhm.
But these things have real consequences, and I feel like you're definitely feeling
Mhm.
the consequences of those things, and it's of no fault of your
Mhm.
own.
Yeah.
And that's the part that really sucks. Like, girl, I'm over here getting heated on your behalf
Yeah.
because I
Like
can see it. Like,
now that it's over, like I can, you know, knowing that I'm not going to be working with this person again gives me more makes me feel more open to explaining some of these situations and being more detailed about it than I probably would have been in the past. But one thing I do know for sure, this person should never have a PA because they don't understand what I don't know if it's just been so long since they've been a PA, but they don't have the patience or the time for a PA because a PA is a learning position. At the end of the day, every once in a blue moon, you might get someone who's been in the business long enough and they've done the things that you're doing, but they're just willing to take the PA role just to have it work. But for the most part, when you have a PA, that's someone who is learning the position. It's a learn. And I was very clear in my interview with this person that I was going to be green. Like, yes, I've worked in film and television, but this is going to be the first time I'm really in the camera department. And there's going to be things I'm not going to know. And they were like, oh yeah, no worries. We don't we don't expect you to know everything. Like maybe if down the line in like February something you're still struggling, like we might have a problem. But like, coming in, like we're not expecting you to know everything. Don't worry about it. But that was the complete opposite from literally day one. Their idea of you working means you are always moving. And they don't understand that sometimes learning is also observing. You have to observe something happening before you can't just jump into everything because then you're going to create problems and you're going to create mess. And this is the main reason this person wanted me out so soon is because I just wasn't jumping into everything at the beginning, and they just assumed that because I was observing and learning in that capacity that I wasn't actually doing anything. I mean, it could be something as simple as building a shelf. I'm coming in, I've never built a shelf before. There's no instructions. I'm with someone who has built a shelf before, so they're doing the majority of the work, and I'm just waiting for them to let me know I'm holding things. Oh, you need me to do this? Okay. But our boss is coming in when I'm standing there waiting for the next instructions, and they just see me and they're like, oh, you're not doing any work. You're not doing anything, when that's not even the case. And then on top of that, throughout these 2 weeks, you're not speaking to me. You're very clearly not allowing me to ask questions, because the few times I did try to ask questions, I was always redirected to my lead AC or basically told like, well, you should kind of already know that. You're not an approachable person when it comes to learning things. So I'm not coming to you because you've made it clear you don't want me near you. You've very clearly in the beginning tried to create this wall where it's you and the people who have a title, and then there's me on the outside as a PA. The problem is that everybody liked me and they didn't want that wall. They wanted us all to be a team. And I think that's where problems arise too, because me and the rest of the crew got along so well, and they didn't like that. They didn't like that we got along so well, it seemed to me. But yeah, they should never have a PA because they don't have the patience for it. And it wasn't just me personally, it was other PAs in the situation. They have a very short patience. They do not like to be asked questions, and they give contradictory information a lot. Like they told our camera PA, who camera PA'd for me, literally told this person, when they try to ask a question, you shouldn't be asking us questions. You should learn how to troubleshoot on your own, learn to do it on your own, because other people don't have time to teach you this stuff, and it'll make you a stronger AC in the long run. And then the very next day, when something's going wrong and I need to troubleshoot, they're yelling and telling me to allow this other person to help me. They're not giving me any time whatsoever to troubleshoot a situation that I knew how to handle. But they're just like, let this person help you. Person, can you help this person? Help her, help her, help her. Just on and on and on. Until finally I'm like, fine, go ahead and help me because you're not allowing it. And then later that night tells me it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask questions. It's stuff like that they were very famous for. But yeah,
I think that
overall,
speaks to bad leadership.
yes,
which needs to be a conversation that's had amongst the team.
Yeah.
To try to be like, you know what? I know that this person has been in this thing and they're very comfortable in this situation.
Yeah.
But it may be time to refresh.
Honestly, and that unfortunately that's something that production will have to do on their own because most of the people that I've spoken to, no one wants to work with her. And the few people who are willing to come back and work for her are only doing it because like they don't want to burn those bridges because it is work at the end of the day and it's tough out there right now. But a lot of people have already stated they're not coming back specifically for her. And that camera department in general does tend to have a high turnover rate. And it's primarily because of her. She's difficult to work with. She is not approachable at all. And she, out of everyone, I can say for certain, I didn't learn a single thing from her. For being the boss, I learned nothing from her. Everything I learned...
From what I've heard, that is absolutely believable.
Yeah. Everything that I've learned is from my teammates, not from her. Yeah. And there was a reason why she was essentially alone towards the end. Because she just made everyone mad. You know, she really stepped on a lot of people's toes. She overreached in a lot of ways. And I can't even say she's a good person because we didn't even take the time to get to know each other because she didn't want to know me. And I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that I was a PA and she didn't want to take the time for us to meet on that level. Like I was beneath her and I needed to stay beneath her. And by being beneath her, I cannot associate with her the same way the others could. And even once I got my title bump, not because of her, because she didn't even know about it. But even once I got my title bump, it didn't do anything in her eyes. Maybe because she wasn't the one who instigated it. But like even when she introduced me later on, I was still the camera PA. I was not the AC. So all in all to say, because we're starting to run out of time, I have a lot of mixed feelings. I loved the crew. I loved working with them. You know, talent aside, you know, you can always expect talent to be difficult and that's fine. Like for us, they're such a minuscule part of our day that it doesn't even bother us that much. Like, yeah, in the moments it's like, but as a whole, like it wouldn't have stopped me from coming back for another season. I loved the crew that I worked with, minus the boss. The boss was a very difficult person to work with. And I don't like it when someone dislikes, I'm pretty much a people pleaser. Like I like people to like me. I want people to think I do good work. So it bothers me when my boss dislikes me for no reason. Because at one point when I was told once again by someone that, you know, at some point they just decided they didn't like you, you know, it's no fault to you. I literally go, what did I do though? But like, what did I do? And it's like, nothing. You didn't do anything. I think it's your association, your closeness to this one person that she wanted to be close to, but it didn't happen because the person she wanted to be close to, at the end of the day, this person has been in the industry so long, they know more than her. And I don't know if she was threatened by that. And once she realized that she couldn't bully them into doing what she wanted, that they weren't going to take her shit, then she decided, oh, well, then this person has a bad attitude and I don't like them. And you're always with that person. So I don't like you either. You also have a bad attitude. Because I heard that a lot too. I'm over them. I'm over their attitudes. And I'm like, but I'm not giving you attitude. This person is. And I love her and I'm not mad at it. She is. But I understand it. I'm not giving you attitude. I'm not in that position.
I'm just in the peripheral.
I'm just in the peripheral. I recognize what you're doing to her, and so I'm not upset with her giving you attitude, but I'm not giving you attitude. You're asking for stuff. I'm like, copy, of course, sure, no problem, on it. So I don't know what you're talking about when you say I'm giving you attitude. And that makes me upset too, because it's like, I don't know what you're saying to other people, because I know if you're telling someone I have a bad attitude, you're lying. And I know I don't have to worry about that with the rest of the crew, because like I said, they all liked me. We all got along. And some of them even came up to me once we were finished wrapping and said, hey, I've heard all the things you've gone through and I've watched you grow and I'm super proud of you. Don't listen to so-and-so because you're great. You're amazing. You killed it this season. We're so proud of you. Don't take what they're saying at face value because it's not true. And so, like I said, I just
it's
hate
great that the people did that for you because
Yeah.
you could have walked away from that with a totally different understanding of where you are in your progression and stuff. You really could have taken it as, damn, I really went in here and fucked it up, like in a bad way.
Yeah. And
But
I think that's my biggest.
That they reinforce your efforts and your progress. You know?
I think that's my biggest problem is that at the end of the day, this is a show I should have been able to, if it got another season, look forward to coming back to. But because of her, that opportunity is not an option because at the end of the day, she does give them a result. So they're not getting rid of her. So I'm not coming back as long as she's still in charge. But yeah, she's not a girl's girl at all. I mean, at the end of this month, they're going to do pickups because we did the final and they have to do interviews about the finale that we just filmed. So there's going to be a week of pickups. And in the beginning, I had mentioned that I was interested to the B cam op. He was like, oh yeah, like I'll bring it up to so-and-so and, you know, we'll see if we can get you on and get you more of an AC credit. And then it morphed into, well, they've got to ask the lead first, and then they'll probably bring it up to you. And then at the very end, it was like, yeah, girl. So they decided to ask the guy that was your camera PA. They asked him to come in. And so while I'm very happy for my camera, because he is amazing and he deserves to get this opportunity and have that AC title as well, and not just camera PA, I'm very happy for him. It is very disrespectful on her part that she didn't even come to me to offer it. Yeah. And so
now I see why you like, girl, fuck the bridge, man.
Right. So that's where I'm like, you know what? In a lot of ways, I loved my experiences with it, but it wasn't all good. And a lot of that had to do with that person. So it is what it is. But like I said, I made some lifelong friends, some great connections in the industry. I feel really good about my prospects of finding work again in the camera department, especially with one of these people. And I just got to move forward and let it be what it is.
Well, I just want to say a few things before we get out of here in regards to your experience. I just want to let that person know that fuck with my friend. I have a razor sharp tongue, right? And I got a lot of female cousins, especially down there where y'all was at. A whole third of my family is down there. Okay. And it gets real hood real fast. Not too much. Not too much. I'm keeping it cute because this is going on the internet. Okay. Facts. And there's a lot of things that I have to consider with how I perform on the internet. Okay. Because Disney is not, this ain't the default. Okay. So we gonna keep it cute on here, but suffice it to know, we got your number, huzzy. As Dionne Warwick said on The Apprentice, I got your number, huzzy. Don't make me dial it up. Okay. But Kristal, as far as you are concerned, I'm very proud of you, girl. I'm so happy that you went into this thing, even because, girl, it even started off bumpy from literal night one. Yeah. But as we've talked and you've given me, stuff offline and stuff, it was just enriching to see your progress, your growth, how you handled the situations, the mood that you kept, because even with all of this stuff going on, you never gave the attitude of like, I'm over it. It was always, I'm telling y'all, you need to share this part with your friends too. I'm telling y'all, Kristal, you came, when you was telling me the stories, it always came from a place of, I want to improve. I want to be better. And it wasn't even for that show specifically. It was just overall for your career path, for you and your goals, for where you see yourself and how you're progressing there. It was great to see. It really, because sometimes I feel like I can be very self-deprecating with stuff. Like I'm very hard on myself about a lot of stuff. You've seen it.
Yeah.
Very hard on myself with everything, honestly, truly. But just seeing how you took those things and you were like, okay, you took it away and you're like, boom, got it.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna use it to make myself better. Is something that I've noticed. I'm like, damn, I need to apply it. Like I need to not be so rough on myself about this type of stuff. I just need to take it and be like, boom, fuel, got it. I'm gonna use it to get better. So even now when you're retelling all of this stuff and you're not coming from a place of spitefulness or hate or even dislike, really. You're just expressing how unfair the situation was and is, and how much effort you actually put in to make yourself the best version of yourself in that position that you could, and how unfair it is that person, no matter what you did, was never going to acknowledge it and never going to take it for what it was.
Yeah.
So, like I said before, I'm just happy that the people who did really let you know, like, girl, we saw you. You're not crazy. Like you're doing as well as you hope you're doing. It's just that this person is a hater ass bitch. Sorry, I had to get one out. A hater, and wasn't gonna let you cook. So I hope that you really take it to heart. It seems like you have. It seems like you're like, girl, on to the next. Like, either way, bitch, I got the title credit, girl. You can't take it from me, bitch. It's going on my resume forever. Like, I got the experience. I got it, which is something that I really think that you should take from this. Like, and even I've had my mom and stuff tell me stuff like that, where she's been like, certain things that you have are just yours. Like, no matter what happens, that happened. It's yours. Is your experience. You can take it with you and use it to your advantage. Embellish it, bitch, if you need to. Put an extra month on that hoe if you need to. You know what I'm saying? A couple extra tasks that you didn't do, but you got an idea of what they entail. Different stuff like that. It's yours. Use it to get what you gotta get, and don't do it in spite of that hoe. Do it for you. There's an artist who I think they had tweeted something along those lines, like, for all the people that did you wrong in the past or said that you wouldn't reach certain goals or do certain things, like, as you work towards those things and you reach those things, keep in mind that you're doing it not in spite of that person and what they thought of you, but you're doing it for yourself. Because if you do it with the intention of spite and stuff, when you get there, you're not going to be satisfied. But if you have that mindset of, oh, girl, okay, great, thanks, but I still have this that I want for me, it's going to be so much more fulfilling when you get there. So, along with the listeners, bitch, we are so proud of you, and we are looking forward to the day where you get where you're trying to go, when you meet your goal on your terms.
I thank you. Like I said, I credit a lot of the happy feelings that I feel to my teammates, because they really helped me keep me going and really helped to reiterate that it wasn't anything that I was doing wrong. And I don't want it to seem like my boss was just like very obvious about their dislike for me, because they weren't. And I think that was the problem too, because in my face, they could seem nice and like do things like they made me little kits and stuff like that. And like, oh, you can take this going forward. But at the same time, I'm then hearing from people like just the day prior, they're saying, oh, I can't stand this person. I'm over this person. So, and then it's just their actions too that made it obvious that they wanted to keep this wall
That
between us
wall.
and really keep it separate. And I think the reason why I'm able to go away from this with a more positive note than negative is because at the end of the day, I really wanted this. This is something I really want. And
Indeed.
at the end of the day, I was getting what I wanted. I was learning about a position that I really want to be a part of. I was, for the first time seeing it and experiencing it. And it was finally happening after all these years. So while I didn't have the best boss, I had a great team. And so at the end of the day, I got what I wanted out of it. And even though I don't get to come back for it and continue learning, that's not my fault. I know that. And at the end of the day, my boss could have had a really great AC in me, but because of, for whatever reason, their bias of me or their dislike of me, that's their loss. They're once again going to have to find somebody that they can try to get to stand them, because you got to start over again, because your lead AC isn't coming back. And obviously I'm not coming back. And despite the fact that you want to claim you want female empowerment and stuff like that, you're surrounding yourself by men, because all of your operators are men. And the person you have coming in to AC for you for this pickup is a man. So I think you really need to really evaluate what you're trying to accomplish here.
Right on target for her type.
Yeah, exactly.
It's right on target for her type.
Yeah.
We've worked for people like that before.
Yes, we have.
We've
been here before.
We've been here before. It's unfortunately, it's a thing that is far too common with certain people in certain positions. Yes. I don't want to speak for all. And I'm not just speaking about women. Before y'all get on here, click typing with your fingers on your keyboards. Stop it. I'm not talking about women. I'm just talking about specific people in specific positions that they are part of a demographic, or a minority that doesn't get that position often. Sometimes they would turn against the very people that championed them getting to that position. Yeah. We have experienced this too many times throughout our careers to deny that fact. Okay. Sometimes those people that you think are your allies have to be the exact people that you watch out for. Yeah. Move accordingly. Well, Kristal, we're proud of you. And we are happy that you shared your experience with us. I'm sure as many people have told me on a private line that they love when you talk about your time on set and stuff, they find it so interesting. And so do I. So thank you for sharing that with us. And we look forward to the many, many more opportunities that you're going to get. Ho, if you watching. Sorry. To the opportunities that you're going to get, Kristal, and hearing more successes and stories from you in that regard.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And thank you all for joining us for another episode of the Tea and Kristal's podcast. If you like what you heard, please leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you are listening. Make sure that you also leave us a written review. If you like what you saw, make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe on YouTube. Shout out to the YouTube community. I just want to say before I get to the rest of this, we're getting back, y'all. We're here, YouTube community. Okay. I know y'all been cussing us out. Y'all been like, something ain't clicking here. Something ain't right. I've been paying attention, even though we've been, on a hiatus. We're back, y'all. We love y'all. Come on. Let's get this old thing back that we used to, huh? The juice is still worth the squeeze, okay? If you have any questions, comments, or would like to share your own story with us, or anything that you see online that's worth talking about, any stories that you want to share with us from Reddit, bitch, we always open. And you can do so by sharing that at our email. That is teaandkrystal@gmail.com. teaandcrystal@gmail.com. Subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Facebook by searching Tea and Kristal's Podcast. Follow us on TikTok at Tea and Kristal's Podcast. You got about 70 or so days left. And on Instagram at Tea and Kristal's Pod. Now, Kristal, is there anything else you want to say to the people before the tariffs get us the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, let me know if you have a name for our book club, a creative name, so we don't have to deal with
This
this.
month is
No,
perfect. I'm sorry. Okay.
Something better than that. And also, let me know if you've had a difficult boss that you've had to work with and what you've had to do about it. I would love to hear some tea from your guys' side.
That's it.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. We love you. And we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye, y'all.